Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. If it's the first time of seeing me, I'm your regular host, Emeka the Chief Priest, also known as Mazi Chukwemeka. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and how people live a spiritual active life. Today, I want to talk about how to build generational wealth. How to build generational wealth, or why you should build generational wealth. I think that's how I should put it. Why you should build generational wealth. But then, come to think of it, Igbo spirituality teaches about wealth. But then, remember that wealth is not always about cash. Wealth is about aligning with your chi and your ndi chi. That is how you can be able to make this generational wealth to become strong, to build a foundation that will last for a lifetime. And then I want to say this, there are some of the mistakes our ancestors made that we ourselves today are correcting. Because I won't say that our ancestors were 100% perfect. There are places that they made mistakes. They were also human beings like us that existed. So it is up to us to know whether we should correct those mistakes or we should continue from that mistakes. So that is what today's topic is all about. Why you should build generational wealth. But then we should not forget that our primary focus should be about our community. Because in the olden days, before we started, civilization entered, and then we started bringing disparity between cities and villages. That if you are in the city, it means that you are educated, or when you're in the city, it means that you are exposed to education. Then if you are in the village, it means that you are not educated or you are actually poor. That is why you are designated to be in the village. Our primary focus as Igbo people should be on community development. And remember, when a child is doing well, if a child is doing well, everybody will be pointing hand to where that child came from. That means if you do a good thing, you came from a good family. If you do a bad thing, it means your family didn't raise you well. When a child is doing well, it gives his community a good name. And charity, they said, begins at home. Here in Igbo land, we've had many people that have made money, in the past. Let's say the past 50 years, the past 40, 50 years ago. People that made wealth, that made money. But then some of them made these monies through legal way, and some made it through illegal way. And illegal business cannot be passed down, while legal businesses can be passed down. So that is what we're concentrating on, why you should build generational wealth. Some of us were raised by parents that were into petty trading. You know about petty trading, all this trading that has to do with table, where maybe you have one small kiosk, you sell all these food items, or you sell all those beverage, all those household items, the normal kiosk. To me, I call it petty trading. And those kind of businesses are not business that can last for a longer period of time. These are businesses that have a shorter lifespan. And that is why I say when you are building generational wealth, you should put so much into consideration. There are businesses that if something happens to you, let's say something happens to you, maybe an eventuality or maybe an accident or happenstance, can someone be able to grow that business from where it is? Is that business sellable? Can you be able to sell that business? Can you be able to grow that business from stage 1 to stage 2? Can you be able to manage that business so that it becomes something that it will outlive you? In the olden days, when a child is born, they usually take that child to a AFA. People like us, the AFA will be able to do AFA consultation and check what this child will become in the future. And why did they do this consultation? Is because they want to know whether this child's Agu aligns with the family Agu. Because each time you mention Agu, most people think that Agu has to do with everybody becoming a Dibia. No, that is not what Agu means. When he mentioned Agbo, the first thing an Igbo man thinks is about becoming a dibia or a spiritualist. That is not what Agbo means. That is why if you're a good dibia that does Afa well, you should be concentrated on what kind of Agbo is disturbing this person. We have different types of Agbo. There's Agbo Azumafia, there's Agbo Nkanozo, there's Agbo Ibu Amoma or Yeba Afa. Because Amoma and Igbo Afa is almost the same thing. So if you're saying that someone has Agbo or his Agbo is disturbing him or her, you should not just tell the person to start doing a spiritual work. No. You must ask deeply to know where this person's Agbo is emanating from. So when I see some young people that are coming to me asking me one question or other, some of them are lacking sense of purpose, are lacking a direction of purpose. They don't know what they are here for. They don't know what they are supposed to do. Most of them are trying this, trying that, putting their hands in many things. Some are, today you see them, they are doing sales boy or sales girl. Tomorrow they want to learn one skill. Next tomorrow they want to go into politics. Some of them want to go into the military to become personnel. Some of them want to, the confusion. Most of the young people are always coming to me. They are always confused because they are not, the Agbo is not properly aligned where it should be. And that is why when they come to me, I do the AFA consultation. I check where this person stemmed from. And then I'll be able to tell you, this is your calling. This is where you should be operating from. And the moment you step into that field, you realize that all the doors that were closed before will start opening gradually because you are in the right position, doing the right thing at the right time. Some of the mistakes that young people make is by copying and pasting. Some of them, when they watch some of these celebrities on social media, they feel like following their footsteps. They want to be like this celebrity. They don't even know what is happening behind the scenes. That some of the things you are watching are only on the screen. And that is why some of them, because you see that this person has made money from music, you want to jump into singing songs and posting online, you realize that you're not even making any impact because that's not your calling. Almost everybody now is into comedy. Whether they are funny or not, they just want to be known, they want to be seen. And give them few years. Few years down the line, they will not be heard again. You'll be wondering where they are. They're still there because it is not their field. They just dabbled into it because they saw us doing it and they want to become famous. So that is why every young person watching me should try to follow things gradually. And then if you have opportunity of doing AFA consultation, do AFA to know where you belong to so that you will not be doing this today. Tomorrow you're doing another thing differently.